All right, man. Welcome to my thing where I talk all my little bullshit. Welcome to my thing where I talk all my little bullshit.
You think that's funny? You think that's funny?
You're a moron.
Okay, guys. Well, this video was brought to my attention, and in one day, this thing has 1.2 million views. 1.2 mil, many people say, to save time.
What the fuck is going on? You think that's funny?
No. It's a song by internet famous person Jordan B. Peterson. Jordan B. Peterson. And it's called Wake Up. And it's dedicated under the current unfortunate conditions to the Prime Minister of Canada, the Right Honorable Justin Trudeau.
Oh boy, it's beginning.
What are the seeds you sown that left you so alone? You should be doing swell. You could have built a home, but now you're on your own. You should be acting well. You should climb off your throne and see what you've been shown. You might think this is hell.
What?
I can't see this
So this song Jordan Peterson made, I guess, for the truckers, the Canadian truckers who are protesting. And there's nothing truckers love more than music that sounds like kind of like Tom Waits, Go Bordello, kind of folk punk. These truckers in Canada love early 2000s folk punk.
Damn, Jordy, you wrote these lyrics, bro?
You should be acting well. Damn, that's pretty good. You should be going home. Damn.
No way, bro.
You wrote that? Nah, you didn't write that. Somebody helped you, dude.
You probably got Frank Ocean in there.
Look, I'm giving Jordy a little bit of a hard time here, but you gotta remember, back in 2020, this is the same guy who was like, people were out there protesting. They were saying, hey, maybe the cops, I don't know. Maybe the cops shouldn't be able to just willy-nilly kill poor people. I don't know. People asked Jordy Peterson, they asked, hey, what do you think about these protests? And he's like, it's too public. It's too public for my tastes.
It's too public. There's this old saying from the New Testament about not praying in public.
He is all over this one to the point of he's writing an angry 2000s Tom Waits song about it. It's way too public. If the police are doing this to poor people, stay home. You should stay home, play with your tukis, shine that room. But if a handful of anti-vaxxers in Canada, backed by a bunch of right-wing lunatics, block off a bridge or whatever they're doing, get the guitars out! Get my bass guitar! Get my bass guitar and my keyboard! Get my Shure SM7B! They used it to record Thriller! I really thought that the boy band effect would have kicked in by now and his followers would be adults and they were like, oh, whoops, I got tricked on YouTube. But no, he's still doing this though.
You upload me to my YouTube channel with my great daughter.
I gotta say though, there is a guitar solo in the song that rips pretty hard, and I wonder, to that guitar player out there, all right, did you picture this is how you would be contributing that shredding?
There's gotta be something else. There's gotta be something else you can do with those shreds.
Going on the Joe Rogan podcast again.
Should I put them in my pants?
Also, of course, this video came up in my feed, so I'm not gonna feel bad making fun of this. This probably is a little ableist, let's be honest, but I'm not gonna feel bad about it, okay?
What the fuck is going on?
The whole time I was watching this, what I was thinking, not a joke, what I was literally thinking is, you all right, buddy? You all right, buddy? You okay? That's the rational response to this guy, I think. For the past 6 or 7 years, however long he's been famous, like, you all right? You gonna be okay, buddy?
And it makes me cry to even look at him.
I think on these kind of videos, there should be a little, and I was looking through the comments on this video, and I do think, if we lived in a compassionate society, there should, you know how there's those little CDC things at the bottom of like COVID videos where it's like, oh, get the information here, click here, you know, whatever, this warning thing that nobody pays any attention to on YouTube videos. Maybe there should be a pop-up over the video. Like if you're watching your like 10th or 15th Jordy Peterson video or whatever, a little pop-up comes over the video and it says, "You all right, buddy? You all right?" And then it's yes or no. And if you click yes, it's like, okay, and you can keep watching. If you put no, it connects you to a mental health professional, maybe. Or maybe the little link comes up and says, "You all right, buddy?" And you click no. And then automatically it sends
Uber cars.
It sends some
Uber cars.
to pick you up. You know, maybe takes you to the local park or so you can get some fresh air on that brain. Get away from YouTube for a while and air the brain out from the decrepit YouTube rot that's being shot directly into that brain of yours. Okay?
You think that's funny?
I don't know where to go. Donate to my Patreon. I don't have enough Patreon money.
You know, speaking of the Canadian truckers thing, an interesting report came out from The Intercept. The Intercept, which I guess is like a football site or something. Give, Send, Go, which is sort of like a GoFundMe, but I guess for like, you know, I don't know, for Jordy Peterson fans or something. They got hacked. So The Intercept found out like kind of who's donating to the Canadian trucker thing. Oath Keepers, anti-democracy activists, and others on the far right are funding Canada's Freedom Convoy. That sounds song-worthy to me.
And the small business owners were on YouTube too much.
So this website, Give, Send, Go, has been hacked very badly, exposing a massive amount of data about the movement's donors. The data shows that the movement is supported by a broad-based international network of far-right activists, as well as wealthy donors, who are also involved in activism against COVID-19 vaccines, American democracy, and the Black Lives Matter movement in the United States. Ooh, that sounds great. After analyzing the data set, The Intercept discovered that the majority of donors to the Freedom Convoy included in the data are Americans. Oh, yeah.
Sir, yes, sir.
Hell yeah. I think Canada should be free to adopt some of our kooks, some of our kookery. This is great. On Wednesday, a Washington Post analysis of U.S. zip codes in the data concluded that, quote, the richer an American community was, the more likely residents were to donate. And the biggest number of contributions often came from communities where registered Republicans made up solid majorities. The second largest donation record is $90,000 from a billionaire in the United States named Thomas Siebel, a Silicon Valley billionaire who founded the enterprise software company Siebel Systems. Siebel has supported right-wing causes in the past. In 2008, he hosted a fundraiser for then vice presidential candidate Sarah Palin. Oh, she's a good one. Money well spent by the billionaires of Silicon Valley there. So there you go. Those are the people who are throwing money at this thing. They're doing this. Kind of like wealthy people, suburban reactionaries, and people who are just, they love their YouTube videos, and they love their TV stations, and they're doing this.
Everyone's scared.
So, yeah, you know, this trucker thing in Canada, it's got a few problemos. They call this guy over and over in these articles, the guy that I'm about to show you, they call him the leader of the Canadian truckers, CNAP or whatever. I don't know if he's a leader. I don't know if there is a leader, but he's definitely one of the main organizers, voices promoting this thing. Seems like a character. Seems like a bit of a character, to be frank.
Now, what it is the part of the depopulation.
What?
And a lot of people don't understand what that means. And what there is there's an end game. It's called depopulation of the Caucasian race.
Here we
or
go.
The Anglo-Saxon. And that's what the goal is to depopulate the Anglo-Saxon race.
Definitely in the DNA of these guys is filming videos in your car while you're driving. This is part of our heritage. We get the phone and we lean it up against the dash or whatever crap, or we go to Walgreens and we get one of the clamp things. Just focus on the road, moron. Focus on the road, idiot. So you're not doing some of this. So yeah, these kind of guys are all over the place, including Canada. So, I would say, it's a little odd. Jordy, he's all worked up about people need to stay home, when the cops are killing people. But when a protest where where this guy is one of the main guys, he's like, I'm all in. I'm all in. Fire up Ableton Live. Get my SoundCloud ready.
Should be going home. And I drank too much apple juice, and I almost died.
So yeah, one quick, more serious note here is I think why a lot of these rich perverts in the United States, I think part of the reason why they like this and like to donate to this kind of stuff is because I think they know this energy's got to go somewhere. This anger has got to go somewhere. And it can either go into just an absolute dead end like this, or it could go into something like, taxing rich people more, stuff like that, There's that side of it too, which I'm sure. Also, I wish Jordy a lot of luck because this whole thing doesn't seem very popular in Canada. Despite the support of the international kook underground, not very popular. Not very popular. Nearly 3/4 of Canadians want convoy protesters to, quote, go home now. Survey. This is from CTV News. Nearly 3/4 of Canadians want convoy protesters to go home now. Oh, these poor truckers, man. They just want to, I don't know what they're doing. This is pretty funny. 72% of the respondents in this Angus Reid poll said protesters should, quote, go home now. They've made their point. 93% supported some sort of action to remove them. Oh my God, 93%. With 68% wanting the police or military to do so by force. Holy moly. This is just so goofy to watch because protests are great. Like, protests are a good thing. Doing civil action. I'm going to stand up for my crap. Like this guy in this movie once said, he's like, I'm so goddamn mad and I'm not going to take it anymore of this shit, he said in that movie. It's a really good thing, but it's also like the cause kind of matters, They're like, God damn it. And they're getting all this money from these rich American morons, and they're just like, shit. Or there could be, maybe more of a infrastructure of some kind, more of some kind of a welfare state in America and in Canada for people to, who don't want to get the vaccine to, I don't know, they could go somewhere. Or the only thing that would make sense they would have to adopt more left-wing policies to be like, we need to be taken care of if we don't want to get the ouchie. There's some public system to deal with that. So the only even possible solution, the only way to take this thing seriously at all, and I think Richard Wolff has talked about this, is to embrace some kind of left-wing politics that they never will because the whole thing is run by lunatic right-wing idiots. So I would, if I were in Canada, as much as I like protests and public civil action and civil disobedience and all this stuff, it'd just be like, guys, you're just blocking the street at this point. You're just blocking the street, and you're making all that beeping, and it's waking up my kids. All right, come back when there's an actual cause to this, you morons. Come back when there's more to this than just like, I like certain YouTube videos. Give my sign. I like certain YouTube videos. Having said that, I don't think I support the emergency powers and all this police crap that they're doing in Canada. But, taking it a little bit seriously here. Also, gotta say, a guy who's been on this forever, we gotta give him a hand. We gotta give him props. My boy, Elon Musk. This guy, man, he's on it, bro. This is the guy who's gonna save humanity from climate change. This guy who can't even this guy who can't even handle Twitter, he's gonna solve the climate change. When he's done killing monkeys for no reason, he's gonna solve climate change. This is him. This is like from the beginning of this thing. He writes, somebody says that Canada is blah, blah, blah. One of these social media right-wing entrepreneurs is like, look at all these people fighting the lockdowns. And he puts a video. Elon Musk replies, it would appear that the so-called fringe minority is actually the government. Well, just by the numbers, it's a fringe minority. Then he took aim at the Canadian government. If the government had the mandate of the people, there be a significant counter-protest. There's not. Therefore, they do not. Well, also that the vast majority of Canadians don't support the truckers and actually do support mandates. So that's a tough one. Protesting in a Canadian winter shows real commitment. That's actually true. But it does seem like a lot of them are just kind of partying, which that I do support. It would be nice to just kind of forget. You're like, oh, yeah, you know what? We forgot what we were doing because this is kind of fun. We're just out in our trucks. We're yelling. We're partying. We're eating sausages or whatever. I'm down with that, actually. Standing out there in the, 17 below zero, doing this on some burgers. God, that's annoying. But you got to watch out for this stuff. The Ottawa Police Service says crowds and vehicles clogged the capital's downtown core through the night. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, yeah, shut up. Who cares about that? That's good to do if there's some kind of a just cause tied to it. In this case, not so sure. Not so sure about that. So, just to be clear, this is not like, they're clogging the street. They're clogging the street. Clogging the street is fine. Just, there's got to be some meaningful thing behind it. Oh man, what a mega genius. Can't figure out Twitter. Can't figure out how to not say obviously insane things on Twitter. He's gonna say, all his fans, half of which seem to be bots. Half of Elon's fans sound like, if you look at his tweets and stuff, the people who reply, sound like they're all in one room in like the Philippines or something. Great number one Elon. This is the number one best hashtag Tesla. So to all his bots and his fans, what's going on with you guys? You weirdos. You wackos, you.
Hi.
That's my man. That's my boy, Elon. He's gonna solve the world's problems just like Iron Man, Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. This guy, Luke Savage, wrote a really good article about this in Jack O'Ban. And I thought this was a good takeaway. Right-wing populism, whatever its champions might say to the contrary, has no solutions to offer here. But a key lesson of American politics since 2016 is that reactionary sentiment cannot be beaten back through shame and moral condemnation, and will continue to gain steam in the absence of a strong populist left alternative to the COVID culture war. I totally agree with this. I think that there's just, these people are like, there's nothing else. I mean, what else is there? For a variety of reasons, millions of Canadians have yet to be vaccinated. We simply can't afford to write them off as irredeemably backward deplorables, nor leave any more of them to be organized by the right. I think that's a good takeaway.
And the Twitter weirdos following Elon.
So there we go, guys. Go hit up Jordy on his Bandcamp. Hopefully he'll be doing some house shows soon. Hopefully the gear doesn't get stolen out of his van, all this crap, blah, blah, blah. All right, guys. Well, that's about all I can deal with this crap for now. So I will see you
later.
And of course,
Bye.
Flushing toilets.
Hey guys, you're only getting a fraction of the weekly shows. If you want a new motherfucking episode every day, subscribe on Patreon for as little as 2 bones. You get the patron-only Tuesday and Thursday shows, the Bookablega show where we look at important books, and the goddamn weekly behind-the-scenes show. And for only 25 bones, you could become a producer and get your name up here. Look at these people. These people make this show possible. If it wasn't for them, nothing. We don't have a show. We got nothing, and it's garbage. And we have to just leave. We have to just basically walk away, and we don't even really know where we're walking. That's the truly troubling part about all this. But please, become a patron today. For as little as 2 bones, or 5 bones is another level, or 10, or you go the full 25 and you get up here. Big special thanks to these people. Love you guys so much.